It started at a party one of her co-workers had thrown. I wasn't in the mood to go, but Lisa insisted. She said it would be fun, a chance to meet her new team, and that I needed to loosen up. I agreed because I loved her, even though large gatherings made me anxious. We arrived, and she immediately melted into the crowd, laughing, talking, and leaving me standing by the drink table like a shadow. That's when I noticed him, Jake. Tall, confident, and clearly the center of attention. Lisa introduced him as her work husband, laughing as she said it. My stomach twisted, but I tried to brush it off. I shook his hand, forced a smile, and told myself I was overthinking it. But then Lisa leaned in close to Jake, whispering something that made him laugh, and when she turned to me, she smirked and said, "What's wrong?" "Afraid of a little competition." Her words hit harder than I expected. I didn't say anything then, but something shifted inside me. That night, back at our apartment, I asked her about it. She laughed it off again, saying I was being sensitive, that Jake was just a friend. I nodded, not wanting to seem insecure, but doubt had already planted itself deep in my mind. Over the next few weeks, things got worse. Lisa spent more and more time at work, late nights, weekend projects, spontaneous team outings. When she was home, she was distracted. Her phone became a permanent fixture in her hand, and she always seemed to be texting or smiling at something. When I asked who it was, she'd shrug and say, "Just work stuff." I started feeling like a guest in my own relationship. Every time I tried to talk about how I felt, she'd either change the subject or accuse me of not trusting her. "You're paranoid," she said once. "You should be happy I have a life outside of us." But I didn't want her not to have a life. I just didn't want to be shut out of it. The final straw came one Saturday night. Lisa told me she had a work dinner, but I found out through a friend that she and Jake had been seen together at a bar, alone, laughing, holding hands. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. Instead, she looked at me coldly and said, "Maybe Jake makes me feel more alive than you do. Ever think of that?" Her words shattered whatever was left of my heart. I packed a bag and left that night. She didn't call. She didn't chase after me. It was like I never mattered. For weeks, I replayed everything in my head, her teasing, the distancing, the lies. I blamed myself at first, thinking maybe I wasn't enough, maybe I had pushed her away. But time gives clarity. I realized Lisa wanted me to feel jealous. She thrived on the attention, on creating competition for her affection. It wasn't about love for her, it was about control. That line she'd said, "Afraid of a little competition," wasn't a joke. It was a test. And I had failed it by staying as long as I did. I slowly rebuilt my life. I started therapy, focused on my career, reconnected with friends I had lost touch with while trying to keep my relationship afloat. I found peace in small things again. Morning coffee, long walks, quiet evenings. It took time, but I healed. Months later, I ran into Lisa at a cafe. She looked surprised to see me, maybe even a little regretful. She asked how I was doing, and I told her honestly, better. She tried to smile, but it didn't reach her eyes. Before she could say anything more, I wished her well and left. That chapter was over. And I wasn't afraid anymore, not of competition, not of being alone, and certainly not of walking away from someone who never truly valued me.